Welcome to the Primo's Musings podcast.
Good morning. This is Sri Primo here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened yesterday in the U.S. Open. 2 days ago, we had Alcaraz, beaten by the Dutchman, and yesterday, the world number 2, Novak Djokovic, who was going for his unprecedented 25 Grand Slam, fell to Alexei Popyrin, and we talked about that. But Popyrin, he won the Montreal, that's a Masters 1000 series, and he played one of his best matches. And I think in the past, Djokovic has beaten him handily in all the previous meetings, just like Alcaraz had beaten his opponent handily, and both of them played at an unbelievable level. Um, Alcaraz was out of sorts a couple of days ago. Djokovic, from that standpoint, I think he's still coming back from the knee injury. He won an unbelievable gold medal in Paris Olympics. And uh, in fact, after the post game, he did say he wasn't sure whether he wanted to come or not, but I think it was a Grand Slam, so he willed his way to come in. He didn't look that great even in his second round match against Jer. I think if Jer had been a little more healthier, I think he would have beaten Djokovic. I think because remember last year, Jer had a 2-set lead against Djokovic. A lot of things could go into it. Djokovic healing from that knee injury. But the day yesterday belonged to Popyrin. I got to watch the match, and Popyrin was excellent. I mean, he was serving wide at Djokovic and then come to the net and finishing the points very quickly, because every time you get into a rally with Djokovic, you know it's not going to get well for you. So Popyrin's strategy was to kind of keep the points or the rallies to a minimum, and he succeeded, and his serving was just excellent. Added to that, Djokovic was not on point on serves. Many double faults in the entire entire Paris Olympics. He had 4 double faults. He had like a double-digit double faults yesterday. That's not going to win you many matches, especially at the top. These kind of players. Popyrin is in the top 30, and he took advantage of that and won the first set. For the first 2 sets, Djokovic was very good in the second set. Kind of went away from him for Popyrin, but give credit to him for coming back in the 4th set and serving it out. Nothing better than serving it out. 4 straight points to clinch the match for him. So, what does it do for the rest of the draw? It opens up the last 2. Here are some of the statistics I can throw you. This is the first time since 2017 Djokovic has not won a major. All 3 medalists at the French Paris Olympics all knocked out. Musetti falling to Brandon Nakashima of United States, and that was an impressive win for Nakashima, coming back and winning in the 4th set 7-6. That match was excellent. I got to watch the second and the third sets, and it was excellent tennis by Brandon Nakashima. I mean, he knocked out Rune in the previous round, so he looked as good as can be. Zverev had a little hiccup against Echeverry, but managed to win in 4 sets as well. And then when you look at Rudd again, previous U.S. Open finalist, played against Shang, and Shang looked really good from China, looked excellent in the first 2 sets, won the first 2 sets, but Rudd was just incredible in the last 3 sets, winning all 3 in 1. And it seemed like Rudd found his rhythm, and I've watched a couple of the games there while I was flipping through all the games, and definitely looked really sharp there. And then from an American standpoint, Taylor Fritz also going through. But the biggest American matchup yesterday was the Ben Shelton Tiafoe. I kind of talked about it. They did not have a night match, but it did seem to bleed into the night match. Their match was supposed to start at 1:15, but ended up starting a little later. But it gave a lot of folks in the U.S. Open a chance to see one of the great matches. A five-setter. It was a revenge match for Tiafoe. He got knocked out of that in the quarterfinals last year. So excellent playing by Tiafoe. Hung in there. He was down 2-1, but won the last two sets, 6-4, 6-3. Both of them were serving bombs, and I got to see the last two sets, and it was tennis at the highest level. I mean, it was top 5 tennis. I know Tiafoe was ranked 20 and Shelton is ranked number 13, but the tennis was just incredible by both the players. And it was a margin of errors where it was 1 point here and there would make the difference in someone losing their serve. And the match was really as advertised. And the winner of the Tiafoe Shelton, who do they get? They get Popyrin. I mean, it was going to be Djokovic from in our initial analysis, but this is incredible U.S. Open. I think I'm looking forward to the semifinal. The only Medvedev is left in the last three men's champions, Djokovic and Alcaraz being out. And like I said, this just opens up for a lot of people, including Sinner, Tommy Paul, Zverev, Medvedev, Tiafoe, Popyrin. Anyone could dream. I mean, this is a dream, and you still have Rude there. And that's what's amazing about the sport, that right now it's not the big three. I think there was a stat I saw. There's the first time since 2002 you're going to have someone not named Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic going through in the semifinals and finals. So I think this bodes well for men's tennis. I'm yet to call. This is the for Djokovic. I think he's going to regroup. He's going to come strong. I'm not putting past him. Having seen it over and over again, having seen it played, like even Federer did the same thing. He took a break and came back, and I'm sure Djokovic, who's so mentally tough, will rebound as well. On the women's side of things, unfortunate for Sabalenka, she had to start her match very late, but she did win. She started the match past 12, so technically speaking, it's today. And she won a hard three-setter in the women's final. And bad news for Madison Keys. She continues to fight, but she was able to win it. She was able to lose to Mertens, but very tough for her. But good things for Navarro. And Navarro and Coco Gauff are on a collision course in 4th round. And Zheng from China, Quinn Wen, oh my God, she's like playing amazing tennis after first round hiccup. She's back and she's playing well. And also Badosa, I mean, she's been trying to find her game, and she won against Roos in a very tough third set 10-point tiebreaker. So today on the women's side, you have Paolini on tap. Pegula is there. Wozniacki is still here in the 3rd round, which is great for her. And then Swiatek. And so the women's, Swiatek is still there, and Coco Gauff is still there. So the women's are a little more looking like chalk when I thought the men's would be all chalk. Right now, 2 out of the 4 seeds are out, and now it's anybody's game. So definitely bodes well for tennis, as I said. And who knows? Draper is on, who's going to be playing Van de Sloop, who knocked out Alcaraz. And you have Diminor also against Daniel Evans, and then Medvedev also playing today in the nightcap. So a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. There was a stat that not as I think it's been 19 years since we have a back-to-back U.S. Open champion, and that trend is going to continue to 20 right now. So just incredible what we're going to witness in the U.S. Open semifinals next Friday. So with that, I wrap up the U.S. Open. Well played, Popyrin, and good for a lot of players like Tiafoe, Rude, Zverev who move on. Thanks for listening. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you for listening. Primo will be back soon.